There we go, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. The man, the myth, the legend, the enigma, God's favorite, your mother's favorite. Anonymous team is back on your YouTube screens. Now, I know you suckers wouldn't understand what greatness is if you came across it. Well, right now you are in the presence of greatness. Anonymous team is the epitome of greatness, but enough about me. The reason why we're here to talk about two shows, and that is A Nurse Toto, Butita's A Nurse Toto, and Showmax Single Kiasi. Now let's start with Single Kiasi. Season 2 of, is this season 2 or season 3? Doesn't matter, but I've watched all the seasons. I've watched all the seasons and all the episodes of Single Kiasi, and it's safe to say that that show is overhyped for nothing. That show is just a good for nothing cash cow. And please forgive me, I mean no offense to the producers, I mean no offense to the writers, I mean no offense to the actors who wake up day and night and put in their hard effort to delivering their best. However, sometimes your best is not enough, and sometimes your best is trash. What is the best way of me saying that Single Kiasi is trash without saying trash? Oh, there you have it. There's the word. Here's the word. Trash. I'm sorry. I can't help myself, Bana. I can't help myself. But honestly, that's just how I feel. I feel that it's an overglorified, overhyped, lackluster show. It has big names. Good. The actors, I can't take anything away from the actors. Listen, the actors are only as good as the script is. The actors and the actresses can only go as far as to make a show great if the script itself is dope. If the script itself at least is good. Bare minimum. At least the bare minimum of the script is good. But if the script is trash, no matter how hard the actors and the actresses try to put in their best, rather put their best foot forward, but it a flop too. So the only thing that makes the show stand out is they are trying to push the envelope kidogo, something that we haven't seen in the Kenyan film scene in recent times. And when I say they are trying to push the envelope kidogo, we are seeing a little bit of nudity here. And then hata ndo ujue hii show ni trash bana, ndio ujue hii show ni bure. On, is this season 3? I think, yeah, season 3, on episode 7 of season 3, these people shoot a sex scene exactly copy-pasted from Beyonce's Swam. Was Swam produced by Beyonce? It was inspired by Beyonce. I think Swam was inspired by Beyonce's fans or something. Swam. There's a US TV series called Swam. So there's this sex scene where Chloe Bailey is having with a particular male actor. So that exact sex scene is the same exact sex scene that Single Kiasi guys copy pasted and put it on their episode 7 of season 3, manze. That was just so unoriginal, bana. What were these guys thinking? Was it intentional, ama do they think that sisi Kenyans we live in caves at watchingi easy international shows? I'd like to lean on intentional. It was intentional. But even if it was intentional, bro, really, even with sex scenes, bro, hapana. Hata kama it was intentional, it wasn't it. It wasn't it. Iligonga inje mbaya. Iligonga inje kabisa. So yeah, manze, that's just my take on, single Kiasi bana. Me, these guys, I think they should just discontinue it at this point. They should just discontinue it at this point. Honestly speaking, I've spoken a lot of trash about Butita's A Nurse Toto, but I've only spoken a lot of trash regarding Butita's A Nurse Toto in comparison to the, to the level of greatness that this show is, right? I've only criticized the characters in comparison to the level of their previous performances. I've never come here and said that A Nurse Toto iko chini. I've never come here and said A Nurse Toto is trash. The only time I've spoken about A Nurse Toto is when comparing it to when comparing either season 2 to season 1, or a few episodes from season 2 to a few episodes of season 1. Secondly, whenever I've criticized the characters, was in comparison to their performances in other seasons, or in the other season, which is season 1, or in other episodes. But I've never said that the show is trash. No. Hands down, I can honestly say that currently, I'm trying to look at a show. Yeah, and I think I'm repeating something that I already said. I think the only show that gives A Nurse Toto a run for its money is Njoro wa Uba. Bro, Njoro wa Uba was well written. And I kid you not, A Nurse Toto is just as well written as Njoro wa Uba. It's just that A Nurse Toto is on YouTube, Njoro wa Uba is on Showmax. And I think, first of all, before I say what I'm about to say, let me just go back. Double down and say, or not double down necessarily. Let me just say that I watched episode 9 of A Nurse Toto, and bro, for season 2, I haven't had a favorite episode. But hands down, and majority of the people have been saying that DJ Shitty's episode was the best. But hands down so far, episode 9 is my best episode. Do you know why? Because they brought these two guys, the Osoro guy, and this other guy, this short guy, Maze. Forgive me, bro, for, not doing proper research on your name, because you deserve all the props. But I'm going to put the name on the description, not the description, on the name of this video. I'm going to put the name of that other actor guy. These guys do theater. And I also think they do improv acting, right? These guys are dope. Like Osoro and that other guy. I feel so guilty for not remembering his name. But Osoro and that other guy, these guys are dope actors. I've watched some of their plays. I've watched some of the few gigs they've done, acting gigs they've done here and there. And I can honestly say that hands down, these guys are dope, bro. Wow. Like me just seeing them without even them opening their mouths, I was happy, I was excited, I was like, yo, Butita, at least thank you for bringing us, seasoned, should I call them seasoned? Not necessarily seasoned, but really, really professional guys. And these guys killed it. These guys did a good job on the show. Then, which got me thinking. Now, let's go back to what I was about to say, which got me thinking. So, we are at episode 9 of A Nurse Toto, right? So sasa bado tumebaki episode 10, episode 11, episode 12 and episode 13. Those are 4 episodes. In my opinion, I would say once A Nurse Toto season 2 imeisha, Butita should not give us season 3. That's my honest opinion. Don't give us season 3. I think season 1, as a matter of fact, with season 1 there was no need for him to give us season 2. But remember there's an episode there, or rather a few videos before this, that I said, it was actually, was it episode 1 or episode 2? Was it on episode 1 of episode 2 of season 2 of Nurse Toto, that I said show imeanza kushuka chini sasa. But I think that was also unfair on my end, because we still have 13 episodes, and to be honest, with the few episodes, with the episodes that came after that particular episode, there was a lot of improvement. And I do remember the episode after, I came and I said, wow, these guys have improved. Yeah, I think it was episode 1. So that episode 2 ilikuwa ile ya Nasra. So that year ya Nasra, I came back and I said, whoa, these guys, was it here ya Nasra? No, I can't remember correctly. But you guys can watch the video, right? So there's one episode that I honestly felt sasa show imeanza kukua redundant. But Butita has convinced me otherwise. Butita has made me a believer. Butita has convinced me after the few episodes that followed that A Nurse Toto, the A Nurse Toto that I got hooked to ile season 1 is still the A Nurse Toto of season 2, right? And now with how dope episode 9 was, I feel asitupatie season 13. Once he's done with the 13, asitupatie season 3 once he's done with all the 13 episodes of season 2. Why? Because sasa I feel A Nurse Toto has cemented its should I call it legacy, or it has, or rather A Nurse Toto, the show has cemented itself, you know, as one of the greatest shows in the Kenyan film industry. We all know Vitimbi. We all know the Vitimbis, okay, apart from the Gen Zs, but we all know the Vitimbis, the Vioja Mahakamanis. They were dope, not just because they were some of the pioneer shows of in our country, but because they were dope. They were honestly dope. And when I say dope, I mean dope. They were dope, right? The Vitimbis, the Vioja Mahakamanis, Tausi, all those shows, right? But remember, in as much as Vioja Mahakamani bado inaendelea hadi wa leo, remember a show like Tausi was discontinued at some point. But that show was so good that 30 years later, 40 years later, people still remember that show. So that's the same thing that I feel about A Nurse Toto. I feel A Nurse Toto, 20, 30 years down the line, people will remember it to be one of the greatest shows to hit our, TV screens. Honestly, I've talked a lot of shit about Butita, but I've talked a lot of shit about Butita's writing skills. I've compared his writing skills to those of Belmutua. They are not bad, but I felt he's more of a comedy, comedy writer, comedy show writer than, but I'd like to see him try his hand on other genres of film, such as drama. Action, not necessarily, but drama. Oh, the other thing, I also talked a lot of shit about Dingaya Wife, but I guess I was also judging Dingaya Wife. I was judging Dingaya Wife unfairly. The reason I now feel that I was judging Dingaya Wife unfairly is because it came exactly after the success of A Nurse Toto. and I felt that YY was giving his wife that redundant character of the receptionist character on A Nurse Toto in Dinga Wife. So there was a lot of comparison. There was a lot of comparison ya Dinga Wife to A Nurse Toto. But after A Nurse Toto blew up, and I've been watching a few, honestly, A Nurse Toto also motivated me to watch more Kenyan TV shows. Before that, I was watching Salem. Salem is another story altogether. I'll speak about it, okay? But yeah, I was watching Salem, and I was watching Jorah Uba, and what other shows was I watching? I'll speak on those shows on the next episode. But today it was about Single, Kiasi, and A Nurse Toto. I think I need to concentrate more on the Kenyan shows, because the Kenyan film industry is coming up in a way that I never expected before, right? So yeah, so kidogo tu, let's just pitia Dinga Wife kidogo. So in hindsight, I was judging Dinga Wife a little bit too harshly because of the success of A Nurse Toto. But the reason I was judging Dinga Wife too harshly is because it was as nearly as good as A Nurse Toto. Because I've watched the recent YouTube shows that have come up. I've watched Kyoko's. Oh, bro. Hey, there are so many shows. There was this show walikuanga wanafanya nini Kwangindu Primary School, nani Kyoko and nani his friend nani, who's this other Kamba guy? Fuck it, I forgot his name. But there was those shows. There was this Sweet Moyo, and then Kyoko has also come up with another show, which to me, you know, because the problem is we will always be comparing every YouTube show that a Kenyan content creator comes up with. We'll always be comparing with A Nurse Toto. It's a bit unfair, but Butita has just set the bar so high, unaona. Then back to Dinga Wife. Dinga Wife was nearly as good, or rather nearly as dope as A Nurse Toto. But the unfortunate thing is that it came immediately after the success of A Nurse Toto. So that's why I was judging it too harshly. But now I feel either Butita should discontinue A Nurse Toto after the 13 episodes of season 2, or stop. If he's going to come back with a season 3, he should not. We should see it. He should push it towards being streamed on Showmax rather than YouTube. I think Sasa it has gotten to that point. That is so much of a good show for us to be watching for free. Honestly, I think at this point we need to be paying for A Nurse Toto. It's that good. So either Butita should discontinue A Nurse Toto. So whether he discontinues it or not, it has cemented its legacy among one of the best shows in the Kenyan film industry. Talk about the Vioja Makamanis, the Vitimbis, the Taidi Highs, the Mother-in-laws. As you mention those shows, you will never forget to mention the Njorwa Ubas, right? You'll never forget to mention A Nurse Toto. Hands down, I can tell you that for free. So, Butita, I feel discontinue A Nurse Toto season 2. Leave it ibaki ikiwa hivyo, the GOAT show that it is at this point, right? Or if you're going to come back with a season 3, let us stream it on Showmax. Let us pay for it, right? Let us stream it on Showmax. But even if we are going to stream it on Showmax, don't stretch it too long. Ikienda sana ishia season 3. But if you're going to come with a season 3, wacha tuende to stream Showmax. Let us not watch it for free on YouTube. That's my take. Now, after that, I feel now YY should bring back Dinga Wife. I think YY should bring back Dinga Wife. But once he brings back Dinga Wife, he should take more time on writing season 2 of Dinga Wife. He should take more time because I feel it had a few elements of the short skits we are used to seeing, the short skits we are used to seeing on Instagram, the short skits we are used to seeing on TikTok and the YouTubes, right? I feel it had a lot of those elements. It was like lot of short skits put up together to make a show. You get? So I feel it should, but it doesn't mean it wasn't good. It was good, but I feel it should take more time. I feel these people should contract me to help them write. And I also feel YY should not be, you should not be afraid to ask for help when it comes to writing. I'm not saying he's a bad writer. YY is also a very, very good writer, I've noticed. But he needs to take his time. He needs to take his time. I think Dinga Wife would have been just good as A Nurse Toto if YY did not rush it. But yeah, as I sign out, single Kiasi, trash. The actors are not trash. The director, the writer definitely is not trash. I've realized I also need to be very intentional with the way I deliver some of this criticism, because some people may feel offended for the hard work and the effort they've put to their craft, right? So I'm not saying that the director is trash. I'm not saying that the producers are trash. I'm not saying that the actors are trash. The actors are actually dope. You people know, right? But the show itself is trash. It just didn't didn't deliver, and I'm pretty sure that the writer can do even more. My criticism is actually targeted more towards the writer than the actors and everyone else, because the only thing like the show has to offer is the sex, it's good. I think it's good that the Kenyan film industry sasa imefika hiyo point sasa we can push the envelope kidogo, but that shouldn't be the reason why people are watching a show. Like hata kama show ni comedy, like it needs to be well written. For me, single Kiasi is just trash. For the lack of a better word, it's just trash. I think it should be discontinued, and it will never go down in history as one of the best Kenyan shows. A Nurse Toto will.